Okay, good morning, future coaches. I invited you guys all here because I wanted to share with you an experience that I've been going through this year. I started beginning of January as a Beachbody coach, and in a very short amount of time, it has made a hugely positive impact on my life. So I wanted to share that with some other people that I thought it might click with as well. Today we're going to go through kind of what it means to be a Beachbody coach, like what you actually do on a daily basis, kind of going over some of the bad stigmatisms about it, and just why it's been such a positive impact on my life and why it might be on yours as well. So let me bring up the PowerPoint. Good. Okay. So if I've invited you to this call, that's probably because we're friends in the past and I've had a good experience with you. I think that you're sound morally and definitely have a good head on your shoulders and have a mind for, fitness and health things. Maybe it be bettering yourself or something you're already good at, one or the other, but it's definitely a part of your life. So on my coaching team, because as we're going to get into, this is definitely a team company. I want my team to be fitness oriented, enthusiastic, very social and outgoing, somewhat adventurous with trying new things, determined, empathetic towards others in their situations, practice what you preach for sure is a definite necessity. And I want you to be empowering, because that's one thing that I found just in my life is the more empowering people I have surrounding me, just the happier and better off and I am overall. That's how I am with my relationship, that's how I am with my family, and that's how I really want my coaching team to be. I want us to really encourage and empower each other and get us through the bad days and as well as the good. So the other reason that I'm contacting you is because I think it might be a good fit for you. I've contacted some people that are maybe in similar situations as me, as far as being post-grad, having a huge amount of loans in front of you. You might need an extra income to kind of tackle those, or I think that you would like to have fitness be a lifestyle that you get paid for. So a little bit about me, if you don't know already. I've always been working on my health and fitness. I'm definitely not one of those genetically blessed people that is just fit no matter what I eat and how much I work out. I have to be very dedicated to it or I gain weight very quickly. So I've had a gym membership ever since high school, and that's when I was playing 3 seasons of sports. Now I do CrossFit pretty avidly, so I wanted to bring that up just because if you start as a Beachbody coach, that doesn't have to be like your only way of fitness. You can still keep up with your marathon training, your CrossFit training, your soccer, your volleyball, whatever else you have going on. These workouts are super awesome because you can do them at home mostly, and they're a great way to kind of supplement what you're already doing. But yeah, that's another reason I became a coach, is because I like having a variety of programs to add into my life, because I know your fitness is always going to be better the more you kind of change up your routine. And becoming a coach, having the 25% discount on all the programs, I have a lot more opportunities to try a lot of different workouts. So my life is my dog, Stella, and my boyfriend, Travis. And I'm really trying to grow and build my job, basically, so that we can have a better life and be a little bit more comfortable. My boyfriend's going to be graduating from chiropractic school as well, so we're kind of looking at being in a huge debt and, having a supplemental income, especially now while we're kind of in a transitional phase. Like, he's still in school, I'm kind of working on my job. Like, it's nice to have just something else coming in. But I'm also trying to become a successful entrepreneur in this business. I really do want to grow and kind of hit some of the higher levels, as we're going to go into in a little bit. But I've always enjoyed coaching. I'm a coach at my CrossFit gym right now. I've run a lot of fitness groups through Facebook before, different like paleo challenge groups and things at my gym, just because it's something that I'm passionate about. And it's nice because with this business, I have an opportunity to turn that into an income rather than just running them, for free, just for friends. And really the main reason that I joined this is because I needed something more. My life felt pretty empty with my current job situation, just because I wasn't really busy enough, and I needed something else to kind of concentrate my efforts on. I'm not really a person that's happy unless I'm busy. So this is something that's great. I can work on it like while my boyfriend's studying. I can work on it like in between patients at my office. Like I can just cram it in whenever I need to because everything's online, super convenient. Pretty much everything is available on Facebook that you need to do. And lastly, I'm a doctor of chiropractic and have my master's in nutrition. I only wanted to bring that up to let you guys know that that's not necessary to be a coach. That's definitely something that's an advantage for me because I can kind of offer an extra edge to the people that I sell to, the people that join my challenge groups, because I definitely have a lot of knowledge in nutrition. But I mean, a lot of that knowledge I accumulated on my own, listening and reading to different things. So if it's something that you're passionate about, you don't think that you have to have a degree in it to become really good at nutrition or fitness. Like, you'll become good at your passion. You don't have to have a degree behind it. Your challengers are probably not even going to care if you have a degree behind it or not. They care if the product works for you, and they care how you got through and got to your goals. It doesn't matter how many letters you have behind your name. So, as I said before, I started this because I needed more inspiration. My professional life wasn't working out. I needed more cash flow, wanted to try some different diet and workout routines, was pretty excited to try the 21-day fix because it's definitely a macro balanced diet, which is something that I was kind of trying to work towards. If you've heard of them, counting your macros and things like that. Yeah, so I loved running the challenge groups already, and I was excited to finally get an opportunity to be kind of paid for them. My friends from undergrad were having success, so this was kind of a big thing for me. I trusted going into it because other people in my situation were having success. My friends from undergrad that are in this are both, successful professionals and like finished a lot of school and everything, and now are stay-at-home moms, and this has been a great job for them. So I also thought that I fit the profile well. I've always been, like I said, really into health and fitness. And I was really excited about the personal development opportunities that it gave me in my professional life. I was always told I needed to really work on that to be more marketable and get better at kind of selling myself, if you will. So the training that I got with my team was super awesome for that. My coach, a couple upline from me, her name's Allie. She came up with a lot of the training for our team, and it's super awesome just for getting more comfortable with yourself, getting more comfortable about getting out of your comfort zone and reaching out to people that you just wouldn't normally. It's really amazing to me. A lot of your assignments in this program is simply just to reach out to old friends, and you'd be surprised at how much you just ignore people. Like, you're friends with 500 people on Facebook, and then for some reason you never actually reach out and say hi to them. Like, why are you friends with them in the first place if you don't at least reach out and say hi? So yeah, some of the simple assignments like that I've done have been very productive. And lastly, the other reason that I trusted this company to kind of get started working for them is that I've done the programs before. I've done P90X. I started that in undergraduate. I used to do it in the attic and super freak my roommates out every time we did the plyometrics workout because it'd be super loud. But I always knew that it was a good product. I had good results with that program, and I knew that their nutrition was on point. And I'm pretty picky about nutrition because I'm very into like grain-free, like I said, balancing your macros, things of that nature. So a lot of companies I've noticed that sell these different shake programs and diet programs, they include a lot of grains and they're super low fat, and that's just not good for you for weight loss. That just leads to blood sugar problems. So one thing I really liked about Beachbody is actually super low sugar, like I said, balancing your carbs, fat, and protein. So it's not low fat or low carb. It's a balance between the three, which is awesome. But you still have the opportunity to kind of curtail it how you would like. I curtail mine towards a little bit more high fat, low carb, because that's what I know works for my body. And I definitely share that with my challengers. But that's another thing I'm going to kind of get into. Like, you run your programs like you want to. It is your own business. So whatever works best for you is something that you can definitely promote to your groups. So just a tiny little bit about Beachbody overall. So they're founded in 1998. So they've been around, and I just wanted to say this because a lot of people get concerned about like the pyramid scheme and everything, and it's definitely not a pyramid scheme company. Those are illegal. If it was, I don't think it would have been around since I was in elementary school. They would, or the IRS would have caught on by now, trust me. So it is a California-based infomercial company, which we're going to get into how you can kind of get clients from the infomercials as well. But they have a A+ rating in the Better Business Bureau. They're one out of only 65 businesses to be recognized for outstanding professionalism and ethics. And they are a debt-free company, which is, I think, pretty important. So you're not talking about your typical like Wall Street kind of situation. And their mission really is to just reach as many people as possible to increase their fitness so people can lead longer, healthier lives and be able to actually do the activities that they want to do with their kids or their grandkids or their spouse, etc. So these are kind of the misconceptions that I felt before I started, and I'm sure a lot of other people share this. So one of the misconceptions is that you'll have to push your products on your family and friends. So number one, you're going to learn a lot of non-pushy marketing techniques, which we'll get into, but I haven't even sold anything to my family yet. So you really can just push whatever market you're comfortable pushing to, whether that be other people at your gym or people in your office, at work, whatever. So the next one is, I would need a fitness following or know a lot of people to make this work. So I'm going to tell you guys all one thing. You know a lot more people than you think. Look at how many people you're friends with on Facebook, or look at all of these suggested friends that you have on Facebook. You know a lot of people, and the great thing about this is you don't have to know a lot of people in your area. I'm planning on moving at some point in the next year, and so the great thing about this is I can just take it with me. I don't have to know people where I'm moving, because all of my marketing and a lot of my sales are through Facebook and old friends and, you know, acquaintances that I've connected with on the internet. So you don't have to know a lot of people in your area to do this. The next one is, I would need a lot of extra time and not be working full-time to fit this in. So this is my third job, so you can definitely fit it in. I know a lot of people that are full-time nurses, full-time moms, full-time lawyers, chiropractors, everything that fit this in, because you really only need about an hour a day, and I'm going to kind of go into that a little bit later as well. Number 4, I don't want to drink Shakeology, so therefore I couldn't be successful. So Shakeology is a great product with this program. It has awesome ingredients and I enjoy drinking it, but the other reason that it's good is because people tend to order it every month, and when people order something every month, as a coach, you definitely make more money. But you don't have to drink it if you don't want to. There's a ton of products with this company, and if you want to be a product of the product, you know, you could use that with like P90X or Insanity or some of their detox systems or whatever else. Like, you don't have to be just a Shakeology proponent, but it definitely does help. So Number 5, I think I need to be more fit so others will take me seriously. There's a lot of people that start as coaches because they're at the beginning of their fitness journey. Being a coach keeps you super accountable. Other people are watching you. Somewhat of your income depends on it. So it definitely keeps you on track to becoming more fit. And people love to see that transition. They like to see, oh, hey, somebody just like me started here and ended up with a six pack. That's awesome. I totally want to join them because if it worked for them, maybe it'll work for me. A lot of times if you just have these fitness robots that are coaches, people don't think they're very authentic because they're like, dude, there's no way I could live that lifestyle. You know, some people, there's no way they could live the lifestyle of like a bodybuilder, for example. I mean, I've tried to do some of those programs and I always fail because I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym twice a day and just eat oatmeal and fish. So sometimes it's better for you to just be a normal human being that struggles, is what I'm saying. And number 6, this is one of those pyramid things. I already kind of mentioned that, but it's not a pyramid scheme. We're going to get into this. It's a team program. So you try to build your team. So if you would join me as a coach, you would be part of my team and we would benefit from each other. I wouldn't just be making more money off of you. I would also be placing products and placing customers underneath you so that we all benefit. That makes a lot more sense when you go through the actual coach training, but I think it's just important to note that it is not a pyramid scheme, so don't worry about that. Okay, so what I've actually found since I started, so I found that it is not a pushy sales gimmick. We lead by example. My mom was looking at my Facebook page before I even told her that I was a Beachbody coach, and she didn't know that I was trying to sell something. She just thought, oh, hey, she must be really getting into her fitness and her nutrition this month, you know, good for her. And I think that's kind of a good thing to think about because, you know, your page is only going to be as salesy as you make it. The point is to lead by example so that other people contact you and say, hey, what are you doing? I want to know what's working for you so that I can try it. And that's when you're like, oh, okay, like, go ahead and join my team. We're going to do a challenge group or something of that nature. Or you can just reach out to people with personal messages saying, hey, just so you know, I just started this new job where I'm running these fitness groups. I've had really good success so far. Don't know if you follow me on Facebook, but you should check it out. And that's as salesy as you really need to be. So yeah, we lead by example. We're encouragers. Like I said, I want an empowering team. I want people that reach out to others and say, hey, you know, good for you for posting that selfie today of you working out. Like, that takes a lot of courage. I'm glad that you did that, and I'm glad that you're on the bandwagon for fitness. Like, just being super supportive of your community and your friends will get you a long ways. We're also entrepreneurs, like I said. This is owning your own business. You are your own boss. You're building your own thing. You can make as much or as little money as you want to, and we're going to get more into that as well. So, like, I love my team. I think that they've taught me really well. I've grown pretty quickly in my first month, and we have great resources to kind of get you wherever you want to be, whether it be I just want to do this as a hobby or I want to take this all the way to paying off my loans. So just a quick scenario to run by you guys with the whole sales thing. When it comes to marketing is when it comes to fishing, you want to inspire the fish to jump in the boat with you, not just sit there with your line in the water. So you don't want to just sit there hoping that people will contact you or just randomly messaging people hoping that they'll buy a system. You have to inspire people through what you do and how you act and what you say, and then they will want to join you on your journey and do whatever you're doing. So this is just a collage I made of the reasons that I coach. I coach because I love the accountability. I love reconnecting with old friends. I have a new convenient vessel to teach my healthy lifestyle to others. I get paid for a hobby, and I'm really learning a lot about personal development and being more inspiring for others. So the biggest thing is I found a new energy and a new passion. which was huge because my last year kind of just dragged along and wasn't as exciting professionally. So having this as an outlet to kind of express my passion has been super awesome. So the one thing that I really want is I want somebody to come up to me and say, because of you, I didn't give up. That is my goal every day when I'm posting random pictures on Facebook of me working out and whatever else. Okay. So with this is kind of the different levels of coaching. So you can be just a discount coach. So what that means is that you like the products. So you kind of want to order them every month, whether that be Shakeology or the different workout programs. And if you become a discount coach, you get 25% off. That's it. You're not required to sell anything, do anything. You just get your discount. So then you can kind of move into being like a part-time or a hobby coach. So it's something that you can do after or before your regular job. You just do it because you love the products, enjoy sharing them with others, and really want your friends and family to be able to achieve the things that you have, and you can earn a little bit of an extra income doing that, a couple $100 probably at least a month. So, and then you can move all the way up to being a business builder, which is where I'm at. Like, I'm all in. I want to build this as a business. I want to advance in this company. I want to grow a team that wants to do similar things. And I really want to get to the point where I can make this a serious income and a serious part of my life. I definitely want to be a mom someday, and I don't really want to be stuck in the office 6 days a week. But I do want to be able to earn an income from home. So this is something that I'm looking at building now so that later on in life, I have a little bit more flexibility. Okay, so like I said, when you're a Beachbody coach, you are your own boss, so you can make it the part-time or full-time. You don't have to drive anywhere. You have a low startup cost because either your startup cost is free if you are part of a challenge group, or it's $40 to start as a coach. Minimal overhead. You don't have to carry any inventory. You can set your own hours. You can work at 6 in the morning or 10 o'clock at night. It doesn't matter, and there's no limit to your earning potential. I'm going to get into this a little bit later, but I mean, you can make $100 a month all the way up to $10,000 a month or more. It keeps going. So it really is however much you apply yourself is how you're gonna do. And it's definitely your business. Like I said before, you can run the challenge groups like you want. I run mine more according to my lifestyle, with being like grain-free paleo and my master's in nutrition stuff. A lot of people do different stuff like 21 days of no sugar or 5 days of crock pot meals, or, I mean, you can really run it however you would like. So I wrote on here, like, how would you make your business different or better than mine? Like, you can do things however you want. It's your business. And a big thing about building your own business is you have to know what your why is. I posted a huge video on Facebook of my why about a week ago. If you haven't seen it, I've kind of already told you guys everything about why I'm coaching, but you know, the why has to be your own. You can't just be like, oh, I'm like Rachel. I want to do this so that I can, create more flexibility in my life and start paying off some of my student loans. Like, for some people, they just want to do it for the accountability. Some people want to do it because they're like, dude, I hate my job and I want to quit tomorrow. So it really just depends on what your goals are. Okay, so going into what I do every day, like I said, you should be able to fit your activities into an hour if you are efficient. So I always call that, we're in the business, we call that power hour. So the rank that I'm at is Emerald right now. So I was going to share with you guys kind of what I do. So every day I go through Facebook and add 3 new friends to my network, because the more people that are seeing your posts, the more opportunities you have to influence people. I connect with 5 friends. That's not salesy. I just say, hey, how are you doing? Comment on some photos, things like that. Little things that mean a lot to people that show that you care. Send 4 invitations to my challenge groups based on other people that I've connected with that month. I check in with my challenge groups, send follow-up messages, return emails, check my coach online office with Beachbody, check in with my coaches, check my Facebook groups, do my social media posts, whether that be on Instagram, Facebook, or writing blogs. You can use whatever social media platform that you're used to. And then I do a training assignment or personal development every day. So with my team, there's a lot of really organized training assignments and conference calls and things that you just can turn on while you're driving and listen to them, so it's super convenient. Or some days I sit down and read a personal development book. It just depends on what I got going that week. So doing these simple steps has gotten me 2 rank advancements so far. I've paid off my startup cost, which was the cost of my challenge pack and everything like my first week. So it's definitely possible if you apply yourself. So if you don't know about challenge groups already, this is kind of the heart of the business. So this is kind of the first step for a lot of people. A lot of coaches are participants in a challenge group before they actually start creating their own challenge groups or recruiting customers, which I think is a good thing to do because you need to kind of find your groove and learn a little bit about the company and how the products work for you before you can tell other people how it works them. But I know a lot of people that we'll get a lot of challengers right off the bat because they'll say things like, oh, hey, I'm starting this new program. Do you want to try it with me? And we can do this journey together. So that's an option as well. Yeah, and I love challenge groups because you get to really help people be the best version of themselves. I have people do an application to my challenge groups, so I know going into it a little bit about their life, about their struggles, about where they're at fitness-wise, so that I can best help them and reach out to them. Like, for example, I have one challenger right now that did the 21-day fix before and didn't really have any results. So I said, well, what stopped you from having results? And so we're able to work with her and try some different approaches to find something that works for her so that she can be the best she can be and become the best version of herself. So as much as I love challenge groups and I want to stress these to you guys, they're not a requirement to be a coach, especially if you just want to be more of like a hobby coach or just a discount coach. You don't have to run challenge groups, but if you want to be like a business builder and start to make some money in this business, it's definitely something that you're going to want to do. Most of the really successful people in this business run challenge groups every month. There's a few people that get away with not doing it, but it definitely really helps because you're helping people get to know the products and then helping people love the products, and then they might want to become coaches at the end of it. So what is actually in a challenge pack? So when you order it from Beachbody, you're getting, maybe the portion control program, your Shakeology, your fitness DVDs, and a 30-day membership to on-demand workouts. So you can download those to your phone or computer anywhere, whether you're traveling or sitting at home and want to try something besides the DVDs that you bought. So there's like a ton of DVDs in that online library to check out. But the biggest part about challenge packs as a coach is that you're providing support. You're creating the private Facebook group, the meal plans, the recipes, which a lot of meal plans and recipes we share as a team. So if I find good recipes, I share that with my other coaches and vice versa. So you don't have to sit there and just write out a meal plan on your own if that's not something that you're passionate about. We share our information on our team, which is nice. But the private Facebook group is really important because that's when you're going to kind of daily work on inspiring your challengers, keep them accountable, post good fitness tips, motivational tips to kind of keep them going through their challenge. And so the main one that most women use, at least, is the 21-day fix. It comes with the portion control system, which is super convenient. Like I said, it's a macro balanced diet between the carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. I agree with it. It's definitely nutritionally sound. The food list that they give you is super awesome. and it even gives you like different levels of, hey, these are the foods that you want to eat if you're on a kind of bodybuilding level where you want to get really lean. These are the kind of foods that you want to eat if you're just trying to like improve slightly, or these are the kind of foods you want to eat if you're just starting, which is super nice. So it kind of gives people different levels of commitment. So, you know, I might be trying to get on a lot more lean of a scale, whereas other people are like, I'm just starting at this whole healthy eating thing, so I can't go that extreme. So it provides a lot of options. And so as you guys can see in this chart, it kind of gives you, based on your caloric need for the day, it gives you how many containers you should eat of your vegetables, fruits, fats, proteins, nuts, seeds, and oils. Okay, so what is this Shakeology nonsense that you talk about? So Shakeology is the healthiest meal of your day. It's kind of like taking all of your supplements in your protein shake and cramming them together in one cup that actually tastes pretty delicious. So as you can see here, it has like your superfoods, your greens, your probiotics, digestive enzymes, protein, vitamins, minerals. I actually got started on Shakeology because one of my patients came in that we'd been working on her digestion forever. She came in and said that her digestion had been fine for the past 2 weeks, and I asked her what she did different, and Shakeology is the only thing she could come up with. So the digestive enzymes and things definitely have a huge impact on people, and I've definitely noticed a lot more energy and being a lot more regular when taking it. So there's a lot of different flavors. People can get individual packages of these, which is super nice because then you can just cram them in your purse or your gym bag and have them on hand all the time. And the price of it always sounds intimidating to people because it's like $130 a month for most people, or like $97 for coaches. So this is where if people like the product and want to be on it every month, that's why they become discount coaches, because then they can get, you know, a 16.54 savings every month, which saves you about $200 at the end of the year. But I think it's really important to point out that if you're one of those people that buys like a coffee or a fancy drink every day, you can definitely afford Shakeology, and you're getting a whole heck of a lot more nutrients in that than you are getting a Starbucks coffee. Okay, so onto the programs. So Beachbody has a ton of great programs. Like I said, I've done P90X before, and that'll get you fit. That program will get you fit for sure. It's kind of intense for a lot of people. It's definitely, I'd say, more of an advanced program. But the great thing is with having so many programs available, you can really customize it towards people's abilities and towards what kind of workouts they like. You know, you have the Les Mills Combat, which is more, you know, like a kickboxing kind of high intensity thing. Body Beast, which is way more like let's build muscle and get bulk. PYO, which is kind of like Pilates and yoga and cardio put together. The 21-day fix, like I mentioned, is kind of just like an overall fitness, but they're half-hour workouts, so they're super convenient for people that are just trying to start fitting exercise into their day. And Insanity is like super cardio. There's some different yoga programs, things like that. So you can really just customize it for the person that you're working with, whether it's somebody like me that really wants something more intense cardio in their life, or somebody that is like, dude, I'm just trying to get off the couch. I need something that is basic. So that's another thing that I really like, is there's definitely a huge variety, and you can do all of these workouts at home with little to no equipment. Even with the ones that you need equipment for, it's mostly just dumbbells and maybe a pull-up bar. So, all right, into the meat of it all, how you actually make money. So you make a 25% commission off of anything you sell, which is really quite good. You don't make that much, I think, working at a lot of different stores. So you make $40 commission off of a challenge pack. So that comes out to, if you buy a challenge pack, you need 3 to 4 people to join you to kind of pay off yours, or about 2.5 people to pay off your Shakeology every month. And yeah, that should be not so difficult. Like I said, you know a lot of people, a lot more people than you think. You make bonuses for rank advancement in this program, and you make bonuses for team production, which is huge. So for example, if you're on my team and we have a certain amount of sales for the month, all of us would make like a $15 bonus based on however many hundreds of personal volume we all have. So like I said, it's not a pyramid scheme. We all help each other out, which is really beneficial and kind of helps you grow faster in this business. So yeah, and then another good thing is once you hit Emerald, which is what I'm at, you get leads from the website and infomercials. So basically the customers that come in from the infomercials become under your care, and you can make commission off of what they buy. And so I have this as this is a pretty exceptional example, right? This person going from making $140 a week to making $1,500 a week, or almost $2,000 a week. But this is what is possible. This is what you can do. Yeah, this girl made almost $300 just her first month, which is awesome. But this is what happens if you become a business builder and really apply yourself and kind of grow. If all you want to do is just be a hobby coach, then you'll be, stuck on this end. But this end obviously is still not so bad. Who wouldn't want to make an extra $200 a week? Like, that's phenomenal. That pays for a lot of stuff, especially if you're like me. I would like an extra $200 a week. Okay, so going into like my mission, this is kind of for my life as well as my team, because like I said, I have multiple jobs. But I would say our mission is to create a thriving community by generating numerous health-savvy advocates. So that means I want people that know enough about health and fitness and nutrition to be able to teach other people. So like you as my coaches, I would want to teach you guys enough about health and nutrition that you feel like a professional and that you can teach other people to do the same thing. So utilizing my self-chiropractic care, lifestyle education, and whole food nutrition, I plan to create an optimal quality of life for my clients. I think that pretty much sums it up with everything I do in my office as well as Beachbody. I think, eating food from the earth is most important, and just really becoming educated on what you can do to be the most healthy. And the other thing is I provide like incentives for my coaches to join my mission. So if you join my team, I'm going to be giving you kind of gifts or promotions, if you want to say, for every level that you achieve. So just for completing the new coach training, I'm going to be getting you one of the cookbooks from the company that goes along with the container system. Okay, so this is my last slide for you guys, and this is kind of what I call my call to action slide. So if you've ever been part of my challenge groups, you know that I always have a call to action. That means get off your bum and get involved. So my call to action is I want everybody to message me one thing you liked and one thing you didn't like about this coaching invitation. So that can be anything from I'm skeptical about this because blank, or this sounds awesome because of this, but I still am kind of on the fence because of this reason. I want to hear all of it. I'm going to be contacting you to hear those things if you don't send them to me already. And then I definitely want you to contact me if you are ready to get started. One thing somebody told me was stop having aha moments and start taking action, which I think is huge, because you can seriously sit there and listen to all these webinars and all these like personal development talks, and they tell you all these great things and you're like, yeah, that's sweet, I'm totally going to do that. But if you don't just take a step forward and just like, carpe diem the heck out of it, it's just going to pass you by. So if you're ready to go all in, I want you to tell me that as soon as possible so we can get you started. And I want to get on the phone with you and talk to you about your why for coaching and your goals so that I can serve you the best as part of your team. And if you become a coach, then I'm going to add you to my challenge group. I'll send you a link to enroll, and I'll add you to the 21-day crash course to coach training so that you can get started and become successful as quickly as possible. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Like I said, if I'm getting a hold of you, it's because I think that this would be an awesome opportunity for you. And, I would just love to have you as part of my group. Part of being a team in this company, like I said, is not only do you make money off of each other, but you can earn paid for vacations to go on together. You can go to continuing education stuff together. And that's something that I want people on my team to be my friends so that we can have a good time when we go and do these things. So yeah, like I said, go ahead and get on that message and let me know what you think, and I'll be in contact with you. And thank you so much for joining me today.